Hey everybody. This week's blog is on getting a school's message out via different mediums to communicate with the community. When deciding how to harness social media and traditional mediums to create a communication plan for a school, you're taking on a really challenging task. When a teacher is tasked with something like that, he or she should go into it with an open mind when deciding which mediums they are going to use. A school that uses a social media site or a traditional communication method that parents and students aren't using is going to be a waste of time and energy, so that needs to be considered. One common mistake that is made a lot of times is trying to get the school's message out only using social media. It's new, but it's not the only thing available. There are still normal mediums out there. You can still have a small area in a local newspaper, whether it's print or online, or a short spot on a local TV or radio news program to address current school topics. After you look at the normal mediums, then you can decide which social media sites are appropriate for your school. A good place to start would be to talk to the students to find out which ones they're using and which ones their parents are using. You don't want to waste valuable time and energy on sites that aren't being used locally, but at the same time you should always be watching for changes in the social media landscape. At one time everybody was using MySpace, but if you're still using that site now and you're counting on that to get your message out, you're probably wasting your time. Besides making sure that the sites are the best ones for your school, you also need to make sure that the information is relevant and tailored to your followers. If I were in charge of my school's social media project, I'd stay away from any sites or any apps that are anonymous. I'd focus on the major sites like Facebook and Twitter. Now there are other sites out there and you can decide whether to use them for your school, but I would try to stay away from the anonymous ones. All the sites are going to have pros and cons. I would just try to use them. I would try to use Facebook and Twitter to take advantage of the pros of one and overcome the other's cons. Facebook is one of the ones I would use. It's widely used by both students and parents. And actually, according to the National School Public Relations Association, they estimate that 75% of mothers use Facebook. So that's a good way to address parents. It's easy to use, and it basically allows virtually an unlimited post. That would give the school a chance to spread the word on just about anything. It'd be easy to use that site for sports, scores, club activities, educational opportunities, any of those things. It's also easy to post a poll on the school's page, and that will enable the administrator to gauge the interest of its followers or its readers. Facebook also makes it easy to link Instagram photos and videos on there. The videos on Instagram are about 15 seconds, and they can be really interactive ways to get interest from students. Now, the downside of Facebook is that it can be a labor-intensive project because the comments would always need to be monitored regularly to make sure that there's no inappropriate content on there. So that would be something that would have to be dealt with fairly regularly. Twitter is the other one that I would use. It's another very popular site. The upside of that site is that it would be a great way to quickly send out reminders or address topics that don't need a whole lot of detail. Twitter is very popular among student-aged children, so content should be focused in that direction. It can be a way to link other sites or apps that pertain to the school as well. It's very easy to post Vine videos, which makes it kind of interesting. Vine videos are 7-second videos. Again, that can be an interactive way of addressing students and parents. Now, the downside of Twitter is that it's limited to 140 characters, which means that the point of the post has to be addressed really, really quickly and succinctly. Overall, the point of using social media is to ensure that the school is addressing as many people as possible by using all kinds of different options. Now, with that said, the school needs to make sure that they're using the best options for their specific audience and tailoring that content to the specific platform that's being used. So in other words, think about what it is you're doing, figure out what's most appropriate for your school, and always be on the lookout for other ways to get your message out. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you again next week.